made this?
I know what the fuck going on, man. I'm in the studio with my big brother. Y'all niggas don't know how to play with. Yeah, I hear this back in my tango on. Back in the day, I was just all alone. Now I got all these bad bitches blowing up my phone. Free my brother, I send him a drone. Nigga wouldn't be like me, it's a clone. Know I'm a fuck when I put on cologne. They call for the ambulance, but they already home. Baby girl mad cause I keep the shit pee. Bro couldn't get in the whip, so he made him the key. If you buying inside, then we can link. I do tricks for that brick like
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie. Defeats a disorganized truth. Every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house, man. And I come to do what I got to do. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, man, Bobby banging this bitch. Man, what's up, family? What it do? What it do? What it do? Cedric Ortega, pseudo killer official. What it do? Detroit won. What it do? What it do? What it do? Man, we just going ahead, getting down with episode 8. This one right here was super clear, man. When I was on SaNeter TV. Get straight to the point, man. Big up to all the pseudo killers in the world, man. We need more pseudo killing in the world because we are infected with disinformation and misinformation, man. And that ain't hard to figure out, bro. So we're going to keep it real clear, real funky, and straight to the damn point because this is what we do. Man, make sure y'all go ahead and get ready for the Brother Sanchez and Ankh debate, monkey or man. Then humans all come from Africa, man. I don't even know why they be trying me, yo. I think it's just a joke or something. I ended up in a wild world where they throw the jokes. I know I normally don't go live during this time, man, but we live during this time, man. So let's get right to the episode, man. Like and subscribe, man. Trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, man. We need 700 more, man. What we doing, man? Share the damn channel, man, for growth. It's the trickle-down effect, man. Let's get right to it. Let's not play with this, man. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie. Defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. Look, man, he gonna have to bite the dust. Sanchez versus Brother Ankh. It should be Brother Ankh versus Sanchez. Let's get that straight. Monkeys and humans. The fact that we can't even recognize statues of monkeys and humans is wild. Or maybe it's not wild. Maybe they share such close relations that you need anthropological studies to tell the difference, especially after the statues have been worn and produced around 1200 BCE. You would have to understand the culture that it's coming from to know what it was. Don't let them trick you. Did all humans come from Africa? Craziest debate topic to take ever, just like Ankh. They all fall down. If you're a science denier or a science enthusiast or a science advocate, or at least understand the way you understand the natural world, is through the very thing that was produced by humans to understand the natural world. I'm going to say that again. At least understand that the world we live in is natural. And the way you understand the natural world is by using one of the tools produced by humans to understand the natural world. My good friends, that tool would be science. It's not the only way to perceive the world. It's not the only way to try to understand it. Philosophy is a way to try to understand the world. But to understand a natural phenomenon which occurs in the natural world, that would be science. Now, if you want to understand custom and traditions, going through folklore and mythology and cultural containers and social interactions, you study a people's religion. Never apply a geographically peopled religion to the whole damn world. And whenever you read a religion, figure out what world it's talking about. Know when humans circumnavigated the globe. Know when humans understood the damn world, global world. Understand these things is important. Study geography, math, to get the story together. Aristophanes started to field with his measurement of the circumference of the earth in Egypt. Started what would later on become geodesy, which is the measurement and study of the earth. Pick up the Black History Month. Miss West programmed the IBM 730 stretch computer that used precise calculations for the shape of the damn earth. The gift that keeps giving Africa and its people and its geography. So if you understand your history, you don't get tricked by lazy charlatans. You don't get tricked by blam, 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 boom. You do not get tricked. You start to recognize that Miss West's Black history, this sister programmed a computer, stretch computer, 730 model that will give you precise calculations. You probably know her laying down the foundation of the GPS system. What the hell are we talking about here? So now we don't know the humans started in Africa? If you sitting there saying humans start in this place and that place, you're just as pseudo as I was 25 years ago. Don't feel bad. So the conversation we having today is a very, very interesting conversation. We've been having it back and forth. We've been playing with it. Even going back and forth with the likes of certain people talking reckless as bananas. Now, I started to show off. Big up to everybody, man. Hit the damn Cash App, man. Often and early, show some love, man. Show your appreciation. Recognize those who understand and those who don't. Now, I got a lot of haters, but they could never hit that link and show otherwise, man. And so early in the conversation, big up to SaNeter Raw. What's up, shorty? Suntan with a dude. Stephen down homie. What's up with you, man? What's good? What it do? What it do? Immortal say, man, I'm agreeing with you finally. Boy, we had somebody in here saying the evidence shows they came from the north. Come on, man. See, that's the game that they play with y'all. Not understanding said subject. So let's get it real serious right now. Let's imagine geography here. Let's not imagine geography. I just talked about don't imagine geography. Man, I just talked about it. We got to move quick on here, right? I'm going to show you how we're going to do this to prove the point. There's an understanding here that needs to be reckoned with. The Nile is the largest river on planet Earth. I said the Nile River is the longest river on planet Earth. It's right here for your face. We're moving quick in the class. Take a damn screenshot. Northeast Africa, as it was known in the past, encompasses the countries of Africa situated in and around the Red Sea. The region is intermediate between North Africa and East Africa, encompassing the Horn of Africa. Y'all say that's in sub-Saharan Africa, right? Sometimes the very ideas that they promote witness against themselves. I say again, it is at these moments where the very words and terms you use will witness against you. Oh my, they talk about sub-Saharan Africa, this, that, and the other. You have allowed people to separate Africa in a racialized manner. That's a travesty. It's a real travesty there. Horn of Africa, Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Somalia, as well as Sudan, Southern Sudan, Libya, and Egypt. Why is it that they only want to say Egypt is in North Africa? I tell you why. It's a psychological dilemma. I'm going to say it again. The reason why they don't want to admit that ancient Egypt is in the far eastern corner of North Africa, which would make it North Africa. We can bring up the coordinates, longitude and latitude, ends the actual discussion. The reason they don't want it in Northeast Africa and in the Mediterranean, because they can play you with the Mediterranean population, which is wild in the first place. The Mediterranean culture, which is wild in the second place. The Mediterranean food, which is super wild all over again. They want to play the racist card. What's the racist card? They literally pushed Egypt out of Africa into the Mediterranean. And in the early days, in the 40s, and the 50s, and the 60s, and the 70s, they pushed it all the way up to the damn day, because you got people right here on YouTube promoting that nonsense. As if we don't know that Egypt borders the damn Mediterranean. And there's some simple things you need to understand. You need to understand geography, one. You need to understand the Florida River, two. And you need to understand this very, very important thing. Don't let them trick you. Here's the trick. When I say they came from the South, I wasn't in particular just talking about the population. Because if you really study the Nile Valley culture, and if you really up on your A game, right? Because it take a lot, right? If you're up on your A game, you can clearly see this damn map right here. Again, Holocene map. Climate control, occupation of Eastern Sahara during the main phase of the Holocene. Red dots indicate major occupation areas. White dots indicate isolated settlements, ecological refuges, and episodic transhumans. Look at the map. You ain't got to be able to know nothing. Just look at the damn map. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'll say again, sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. So it is clear that at 8,000, before 8,000 BCE, where the damn populations are. They lie in Sudan and in Upper Egypt. Where are the archaeological surveys at about 8,000, 10,000 BCE where populations is all over? It's not. You got to go to 8,000 to 7,000 in map B, and you see those populations spread. You got to go all the way to 5,300 to 3,500 to start to see the populations in the Delta and in Lower Egypt. So that would tell you anybody that's saying a population came in from the north is ridiculous and pseudo. And anybody saying that a population just came from the south is ridiculous and pseudo. What we're talking about is the formation of ancient Egyptian Nile Valley culture. When we're talking about the culture, watch this, here you go. We're talking about the culture that would dominate the populations in the Nile period would be a southerly culture. That's what we're saying. And we would say that the southern kingdom defeated the northern kingdom. And we can prove and verify that. Ladies and gentlemen, they came from the south. Specifically, the culture. And of course, humans aren't stuck. They travel. The Nile River is a conduit of genetic flow, meaning it does not stop the flow of sexual acts between men and women. Simple as that. It's actually not that hard. And if you can use your mind and your imagination, don't use your mind and imagination. Sometimes I forget who the hell I'm talking to. Don't do it. Look at the damn map. I want to kind of introduce a source right here because it's like actually the foundation of what's really going on. And yeah, just in time. Just for you, concrete Corey head. You know I ain't listened to that Sheffrin thing on purpose. I didn't want to get mad at you, man. I put all that behind me, bro. I focus on the good times we had. Yeah, I mean, watching your son kill him on the court. Yeah, I mean, hearing you converse with your wife and having you. But I focus on the good times, man. I'm not gonna let Black Egypt mess up the good times, man. But I'll beat the brakes off you as usual. So let me hit this real quick. Let me hit this source. This source right here is important because it actually frames the conversation where it should be, and we can easily figure out what side each individual is on. Nah, bro, I applied the term Egyptian maniac, man. I applied the term, man. I bring scholarly material to the conversation at Alibui. I don't know what the hell your name is. Can't even say it. So I apply scholarly material for people to read where other people will just talk. They won't provide a source. So let me provide a source, up-to-date source, okay, for what I'm trying to bring. This is the general overall reasoning for why they even had the conversation in 1974. And for why we even fight for it today, those that care. For me, the study of Egypt is important because the study of Egypt actually shows you, it helps you figure out where you at when it comes to biological evolution. This is where you test yourself. Just the proving ground right here. So we come to the work by Williams. All right. The title of the work is Ancient Near Eastern History and Culture. Listen to the title. Ancient Near Eastern History and Culture. And the question is, why the hell is they talking about Egypt in ancient Near Eastern history? Well, let's see what the author actually says. It is true that Egyptologists have been slow to acknowledge the African elements of Egyptian civilization. Same in this community. There are pieces of it that are slow. And even when they talk about Africa, and even when they call them African people, they're calling them Mediterranean niggas, them Levantian niggas, the Mediterranean niggas, them outside niggas that came in. So they say Africa, call them African, but everything explained through the Middle East, through the Levant, Iran and Iraq, the most ridiculous thing ever. Mesopotamia, the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Because they're fitting this narrative right here. It is true that Egyptologists have been slow to acknowledge the African elements of Egyptian civilization. In many academic works, Egypt is presented as in Africa, but not of Africa. I'm going to say this again. This is what they do. And the mind can't seem to pick up on it. In many academic works, Egypt is presented as in Africa, but not of Africa. And I want that to marinate. Is this not what people are doing? And they actually do it on both sides. Oh, they call themselves this, that. No, there's not a people in the Nile Valley call themselves that. That name the black soil, actually move towards them understanding the world they live in and how they produce food, clothing, and shelter. Is why that was essential to them. It's leading to their ancient mythology, river system, organization, organized around farming communities in the latter years. So, in many academic works, Egypt is presented as in Africa, but not of Africa. Egypt is thus thought of as a Near Eastern society, isolated from the rest of Sub-Sahara. Read Black. It say Africa. This book, too, is guilty of this because it discusses Egypt in its Near Eastern context. When one looks more closely, the African nature of early Egypt becomes evident. New research is up-to-date work. New research, especially in Nubia, argues that the Egyptian civilization and Nubian civilization developed from the same roots and continue to influence each other in manifold ways. For one thing, the Sahara Desert did not form a formidable barrier in the southwest until its full desertification. So y'all think the shit just went boom and immediately turned to the desert. The pseudo teachers will confuse you. Penetrate the desert. Yeah. For one thing, the Sahara Desert did not form a formidable barrier with the south and west until its full desertification at the end of the 3rd millennium BCE. Second, Egypt maintained close economic and political ties with Nubia and other communities in Africa throughout its history. Connections then with greater Near Eastern world. Read it again. Second, hold on. Where's that? Second, Egypt maintained close economic and political ties with Nubia and other countries in Africa throughout its history, perhaps even closer cultural connections than with the greater Near Eastern world. That's Smith and Wimgrow. In this view, Egypt is essentially an African culture that developed many ties to the Mediterranean and the rest of the Near East over the course of its history. It follows that ancient Egyptians are the same original population group as Nubians and other Saharan populations. And watch this. This how you say it, with some genetic input from Arabia, the Levant, North Africa, and Indo-European groups who are known to have settled in Egypt during its long history, man. So that's where I'm at. And I'm always bringing a crystal clear source, right? I'm always doing that. I'm always keeping it clear. All right. This is the source, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. It's a beautiful goddamn cover. William Steinbein Jr. and Susan helped. Beautiful cover on this book right here, man. Beautiful cover right there. That's the source I'm just reading from. All right. That's important right there, man. And I'm saying, man, why, like, what's the deal, bro? Anyway, that's my source, man. High level book. If you're in our serve, you can get a copy of this, man. This series work right here, ancient Near Eastern history and culture, man. Man, but big up to all my foes that we argue back and forth. Big up to all the people, man. Big up to everybody, man. Let's keep going. Of course, it's in North Africa, King J. But it's not only in North Africa, it's in Northeast Africa. It's in the farthest most corner of North Africa. Look at the coordinates on the map. It'll clearly show you longitude and latitude that Egypt is safely fixed in Northeast Africa. They don't want to say Northeast Africa because they start getting scared. You got Eritrea, Ethiopia, Djibouti. They got the different, and they be like, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, bro, we want to keep the conversation going because those who are studied in evolution, yo, it's important, yo. And new people always coming into the community, bro. Because they say, yeah, let's keep this conversation going another 20 years. Well, the conversation is still going in academic circles. Oh, you didn't know? See, ignorance is not rewarded over here. Your ignorance is never rewarded over here, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. It says 2025. That's damn near 54 years. They still having a conversation in academia. You didn't know? Oh, you thought they was automatically saying the Egyptians was Africans. Like, boom. Not true. Not true. So we keep the conversation going because there's always more people. I'm gonna ignore that. Let me get out the chat because y'all got a right to say what y'all want to say in the chat. And I got a right to ignore the stupid shit. So have at it. I just wanted to give you some love. I put your name up here. I'm giving you some love. Right? Especially when you say something stupid. Right? But it's clear you won't hit that damn link. It's clear you won't talk to me through a credible source. And it's clear that you won't say what the source is saying. It's clear. Because we can have a discussion around the source. And with today's technology, we can put your source into the data bank and see what your source is actually saying. And we can say, is the source saying what you just said? Bing, 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 type it in, let it go. And then we can say, is the source saying what I think it's saying? Bing, 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 bing. And it'll give us a readout. That's how easy it is today. That's why y'all live in fear. Because we got them tools now. You can't say the niggas ate Mediterranean food. Yeah, you gotta beat him up, Cedric. Ha! That nigga the fool if he's still watching the same class. Ah, shit. And then he ain't even in class because this is up-to-date data. This is the new data, 2025, 2026 data. I'm bringing you 2025 interdisciplinary review. Oh, who was doing an interdisciplinary? Who brought interdisciplinary studies to the field? This is my far of heaven voice. Who brought interdisciplinary studies to the field? Who used it? It was Diop's. That's why niggas hate him. Because he was better than y'all. Visionary. No matter what the hell he got wrong. Such is the nature of science. So let's get back into it. Let's see if I bring this right. All right. Let's see if I bring clarity to the conversation. Let's see. Critique it. Do your video. Say Ankh lost his mind. He made it up. All the sources he read didn't really mean that. It meant this. Do that. That's when it get fun. In your brain, you can see where the Mediterranean is, and you can pretty much understand. You see where Arabia is in Western Asia and Levant. You should be able to see that on this map. And you should be able to understand that the Delta and all those areas there in what they call Lower Egypt will be closer to what they're calling the Mediterranean, the Levant. You should be able to see that. If you can't see it, go ahead, pack up your bookcase and all that. Take your pencil, put it in your ear, or your pen, put it in your ear. close up your book bag, close your notepad, and get the hell out of class. Because this ain't for you. You just want to argue and wild out and play the crazy game. You'd rather go take a drink or take a smoke. But if you can see that that area in Lower Egypt is closer to the Mediterranean and closer to the Levant than the area in the south, Sudan, Nubia, and Upper Egypt, is more closer to the south, then continue to take notes, continue to learn. Because it's simple, it's not hard. Maybe it's the word people that throw you. I'm not sure. Maybe I should give you the example of palm trees. Palm trees surely grow and flourish in Florida. But as they draw the line that they consider Florida, the palm trees just don't stop before you get to Georgia. And so as you're driving towards Florida through Georgia, you start to see, get to Savannah, you start to see palm trees. And the closer you get to Florida while in Georgia, the more palm trees you will see. And when you get to Georgia, palm trees are absolutely flourishing. So the closer you live to Florida, the more palm trees you're going to see. The farther away you get, the less palm trees you see. The closer you get to the Mediterranean and Levant, the more Western Asian, Eurasian people you'll see. The closer you get to the south, the more Nilotic, Nubian, Southern Egyptians you'll see. How simple is that? Now it's a simple question of who the hell know what they talking about? Big up the guy. Class moves fast. Pay close attention. It's actually not that hard. It's as simple as palm trees. Palm trees don't have legs, though. So humans will migrate in and migrate out. There has never been a replacement population in the Nile Valley, meaning at no time did the population come in and replace the one that's there. People will make you believe this on both sides of the conversation. As my enemies on this conversation will try to use videos against me, whenever I'm talking about the black this, the black this, I'm playing the black game. I'm proving to you that if you continue to say that the Nubians are black, then I can absolutely prove that black people are in Egypt. I'm gonna say this again for the slow bus.
Big up to JG.
The foundation of what I do is I advocate for science.
Big up there, King.
I advocate for understanding African American history and indigenous history through the lenses of anthropology, which includes evolution, archaeology, linguistics. I advocate that. But once you get it, and you see they playing with you, and they want to introduce social constructs, they want to play the black game, you can beat them with the black game. Especially if they say the Nubians are black. The easiest thing in the world to prove, the Nubians have been occupying Egypt since remote times.
Pick up the Lamar.
Before they was even called Egyptians. Those particular humans was always in Egypt. Matter of fact, the ones that would later on be called Egyptians, Libyans, and Nubians, they come out of the Green Sahara. Not West Africa, because that's what the pseudo gonna do, but in the Green Sahara in Egypt. That's how large it is.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Copeland. You know who Copeland is? Then you're not even ready for the conversation. Copeland actually does the work. He did the work in the Green Sahara. It's so remote in those deserts. He had to take a team that first could get together and get along with each other. They had to be able to fix the trucks when they broke down. They had to be able to hunt their food and cook their food, everything. They couldn't be divisive against each other because they was in remote spaces. They would get dropped off by the helicopter in the damn Sahara. He understood why it changed back and forth. He could see it on the ground. Fish bones everywhere, lakes, hooks, grinding stones. He understood what was going on. Climate change. It's a key factor for desertification. The tilt wobble of the earth. I say all this to say that we understand that there were populations in the Green Sahara. Not West Africa. Back to the map again. But in Egypt itself, did you know Egypt was the largest country in Africa? So we make the points and we make it very, very clear. And I thought y'all knew that. It was a unification between two distinct cultures, the upper and the lower. So let's get right to the video. Let's see. Well, I tell you, found it very, 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 very interesting. Did they come from the north? Was the southern population hunter-gatherers? Who would say such a thing? Let's see.
Elvis Press Company, big up with the Black History fact.
Beat the conversation any kind of way I want to bring it. If you're so silly into thinking that the Nubians is black, you're so silly into thinking that the Nilotics are black, then I'm going to beat you up if you want to be that silly and play the color game. You're supposed to know that there's no such thing as race. It's a social construct that human beings in general range in skin color. Lord knows ones that live near the equator. Lord knows ones that lives in areas with high UVA rays, particularly in Africa. Man, boy, I'm telling y'all, we wild. Yeah. So we can talk about populations and talk about the color of their skin. We can guess at it, but in those remote times, there is no scientific evidence. You can simply look at the skin map and measure the skin rays and approximately say, well, they would have been this color based off of that. You can't just say the Egyptians was jet black. You can't just say that. Wouldn't make no damn sense. Y'all don't want the people to live in Egypt. Y'all want them to die. Block out too much of the damn sun. Anyway, let me hit this real quick. Big up to everybody in here, man. Man, get those tickets, man, for that Sanchez debate, man. There's a couple debates going on, man. First, this right here, man. It's a good one, man. Monkey and man. Did humans come from Africa? You sitting there acting like humans didn't come from Africa and trying to figure out the Egyptian conversation, then you gotta put you out of class because you ain't ready. You ain't gonna be able to do it. Nepal, Nepali, it's going down. I like this one better. When the sisters are sitting on the throne. Are we animals and apes? Most of y'all are clueless. You got pets. You see your pets use the bathroom. They don't use the bathroom out the same damn hole. You got kids. You go to the bathroom. You don't use the bathroom out of the same damn hole when you pooping and urinating. Same with your pets. Why is that? No, y'all can't put it together in your mind. When the dog you have or dog. In Baltimore, I say Doug. When the Doug you got, female variety, gives birth, the litter drinks milk from the mother's breast. If you was fortunate as me, the mother of my children fed the babies through their breasts. There's something in common here. Brains, thinking, hold on, y'all. So I don't know how the family gonna get past not understanding we animals. Does not make you a damn beast of the field. Well, I don't know how she's gonna get around us being primates. Primates see in color vision. That's why we know that humans could tell the difference by looking at each other. That you darker than me, you lighter than me. That never was hard. But it's the confusion in it all. Cairo would be the start of, where Upper Egypt would end and where Lower Egypt would start. Let's get that right in y'all head. So let's hear the conversation about they come from the north. I ain't adding nothing to it. I'm simply showing you the video where it is. Let us proceed with caution, ladies and gentlemen. One sec. Let's get it.
The Delta into the Nile River and all the way down. Okay. So, but this was a northern Egyptian culture because that's where they began. So that's why having the title is they came from the north. And when I say they came from the north, I'm talking about pre-dynastic times, before a nation state formed. Okay. They had to populate the area enough to form a nation state. So these are periods from 5,000 to 4,200 where they're populating the Nile, along the Nile. Okay, just follow me. From about 5,000 to 4,200 BC, the Merimdi culture, so far known from Merimdi Benai, a large settlement site at the edge of what? The Delta. It flourished where? In Lower Egypt, which is northern Egypt, by the Delta. The culture has strong connections with the Fayum A culture, which we're going to read briefly on, as well as the what? The Levant. Okay? So when I say it started from the north, follow me. These cultures came in from the north, populating it all the way down to the south. From the north, populating it all the way down to the south. In the north, follow me. So when I say it started from the north, follow me. These cultures came in from the north, populating it all the way down to the south. First,
Came in the north from where? See? These populations came in from the north and populated the Nile Valley all the way down to the south. Ignoring all the archaeological information, all the anthropology, all the modern day scholarship, just to be right. Populated from the north. From where though? Let us continue.
Then later, after population Narmer united Upper and Lower Egypt into the one land. But the people populated first coming down from the Mediterranean. So let's go. People lived in small huts coming down from the Mediterranean. So let's go. People populated first coming down from the Mediterranean. So let's go. People lived in small huts, produced a simple,
People coming down from the Mediterranean populated Egypt. Y'all buying it, huh? Y'all buying that, huh? The palm trees actually started in Egypt, where there's more palm trees in the Mediterranean. So it's basically saying that the population came from the Mediterranean and populated Egypt. But there's more palm trees in the Mediterranean than in Egypt. The close affinities to the Fayum and the Delta is to the Levant and the Mediterranean. Not to say that people didn't trickle all the way down. No one's saying that. But we're saying if you study Egyptian history, if you know about the Hyksos didn't invade nothing. That Amorite population was in the Nile forever, in the Delta. Do some study on the Delta. In the Delta. Do you know the river is 4,100 miles long? That you can be a southerner in Upper Egypt and don't know what the hell Lower Egypt look like, and look like a whole foreign place to you when you get there. Did you know that? Yeah, you can read it in some Egyptian stories. They be like, a man is lost from the south when he goes to the Delta. Y'all didn't know that? But it's clear this man is saying that. Now, if he's not saying that, put a 1 in the chat if you can explain what the hell he's saying. Yeah, King J, you're going to get beat up today. You're going to get beat up. King J. King J always halfway right and halfway wrong. So, King J, let's put it in perspective, though, King J. Let me stop messing with you. He's right. A heavy population of Eurasians, the continent of Eurasia, did populate the Delta, did mix in with Lower Egyptians. They did. But was that the culture that dominated and formed Pharaonic Egypt? Answer that question. See, I get what you're saying. See, King Hebrew, see, they don't, King J, see, they don't know what you're saying. See, I'm so tight on the subject that, yeah. Chief X actually is not making that up. The part he's making up is that it populated the whole Nile. That's bugged out. I'm going to say it again. He made that up. The population coming out of the Mediterranean region did not populate the whole Nile. It's not true. But they do dominate the Delta area. It is a heavy influx of Eurasian, right, in quote unquote Lower Egypt. Let us continue. And then we're going to go to the sources. King J, you get beat up, boy, if you don't say this right. Here we go.
decorated pottery and had stone tools. Cattle, sheep, goats, and pigs were held. Y'all know a lot of that stuff comes from the Near East, okay? Wheat, sorghum, and barley were planted, okay? They were practicing agriculture. The and barley were that stuff comes from the Near East, okay? Wheat, sorghum, and barley were planted, okay?
Where Sargon come from? That definitely sounds like a southern crop, don't it? Let's go.
They were practicing agriculture. Down deep south, we're still like hunter gathering.
Been eating is
Okay,
in the building.
goats and pigs were held. Wheat hunter gathering.
He has the green
Down
glow.
deep south, we're still like hunter gathering.
Glow.
Down deep south, we're still like hunter gathering. Okay, goats and pigs were held. Wheat. Okay, Marimbi people buried their dead within the settlement and produced clay figurines. Okay, you guys know about clay figurines and Shabbatis, and I mean, the first life-size Egyptian head made of clay comes from Marimbi. The first life-sized Egyptian head made of clay comes from Marimdi. Okay, these are early pre-dynastic cultures, right? We have the old Moriah culture. I'm gonna skip them. The Makti culture. Now we're getting closer.
That's the thing that burned me up right here, man. So the man got something up on the screen. The prisoners of the battlefield palette. Watch this. It's right there. It says the prisoners of the battlefield palette may be the people of Buto Mavende. The culture subjugated by, let's see, what is the culture subjugated by? The Upper Egyptian. So the city that he's now talking about and claiming that this hunter-gatherers deep in the south, hell, it's hunter-gatherers all around that area during that time anyway. Like, let's stop it. It's 3,000, 4,000 BC. Stop it. Hunter-gatherers in full effect. Stop it. Just stop it. This is the first serious, well-organized polity. Hell, most of the planets in the grips of hunter-gatherers. Anyway, if he looked at the daggone battlefield palette, it'll tell him, knock it the F off. Because the city that he's talking about was subjugated by the Upper Egyptians and material culture changed. Why? Because it got unified, right? Some say through a battle, Nakata, some say through easing, but the southern culture overtook the northern culture. King J, I'll beat you half to death for this. Hey Elvis, what you doing, bro? And he put in there, Elvis a funny guy. I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. The first Christian nation, Armenia, adopted Christianity in its state religion at 3. No, it was Ethiopia. What's wrong? No, I'm playing with you, yo. But it's Black History Month, yo. Come on, bro. We know that Armenia was the first to adopt Christian. Come on, bro. We not black allergy over here, bro. Why would you come on? What's your point, yo? Come on, man. Come on, bro. We on our A game over here, bro. What to say? Flash TV, let me see what you gotta say. Let me see. So Ankh uses all your European sources, knowing they have administrative control on who does what and says what, gives you insight on how they steal and lie about people. What? Let me see. So Ankh, to use all European sources, knowing they have administrative control. So we're basically saying white people got administrative control. Okay. On who does what and says what, gives you insight on how they steal and lie about the people of Africa. I don't know, bro.
Because the sources actually support the indigenous African fight on the development of Egypt, though. All right, let's carry on. Carry on. Let this carry on. And then we're going to come boom, boom. So here we go. Quiet, bro. Yep. Don't come in here stammering with the halfway crook scholarship. I will beat you up. You know I'm absolutely right, bro. You know I'm right. Do not confuse the people. Anyway, it's right there. So either he's willfully doing it on purpose or he just not understand. I'm saying he on drink him shit. I'm saying he don't know the look right there. He don't know. That's what I'm saying. He should not be in the conversation if he does not understand the simple fact.
4,000 to 3,500, coming up on the first dynasty, which is around 3,100 with Narmer. Just follow the dates in the chronology. Math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? It's in the chronology. Math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? The math around 3,100 with Narmer. Just follow the dates in the chronology. Math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? The Mahdi culture, called Buto Mahdi, is the most important Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture dated about 4,000 to 3,500 BC. Where's it at? Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. So before they were further south, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean. South, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean. There's Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. So before they were further south, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean and the Levant. Okay? So Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture, okay? Northern Egypt, okay? Dated about 4,000, 3,500 BC and contemporary with Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt. With Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt. With Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt.
What did that man just say prior to that, though? He said, math don't lie, but niggas will. So he must be the nigga that just lied. Because it clearly said on that screen, or maybe I'm tripping, that quote-unquote hunter-gatherer group of people that he was talking about is actually, look at the word, y'all, contemporary with Naquata 1 and 2 in Upper Egypt. Oh, let's go back. See, let's go back a little bit. Let's see, just a little bit. Let's see what he said. Because niggas don't lie. No, niggas do lie, but math don't.
The Naquata 1, about 4,000, 3,500 BC. Northern Egyptian, Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture, okay? Northern Egyptian, okay? In from the Mediterranean and the Levant is north culture. So before they were further south, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean and the Levant.
So he is using this to prove that a northern population coming in from the damn north from the Mediterranean, is older because they formed, and the southern population is hunter-gatherers, and he's trying to think that's the start of Egypt because he see the number 4,000. Man, listen, man. Numbers don't lie, but niggas will. And he's trying to make the point that Egyptian civilization and culture started in the damn north. He doesn't understand how northern cultural aspects is incorporated, like farming, into the quote-unquote pharaonic kingdom. That there are things that don't disappear that was used in the unification of the formulation of Egypt. But he doesn't know it was a movement of culture and ideas from the south, kingship, all kind of things, animal husbandry that migrated to the daggone north and would defeat the northern kingdom to form one kingdom. Numbers don't lie, but drunks will.
Okay. So lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. Okay. Northern Egyptian.
I think you heard the word prehistoric, Ethum. 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 You heard the word prehistoric and he lost his mind.
Egypt, okay? Dated about 4,000, 3,500 BC and contemporary with Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt. The culture is best known from the site Mati near where? Cairo, okay? As well as the site of Buto, okay? On down and down and down and down and down and down. So a lot of this stuff in drawings is also Mesopotamian influence.
Ain't no damn Mesopotamian influence right there. It's damn not, man. Listen, man, here. It's the battlefield palette. Let's get right to it, man. Believe he dealing with the pre-issue real quick, man. Let me get right there for y'all, man, real quick. Then we'll get the quick up and low real fast, right? And we'll go ahead and shit. I ain't gotta make this complicated. I'm gonna make this easy going and get it in and out. Hold on, y'all. Get y'all up here, man. Hear what y'all gotta say. I think I want to get to the population. Yeah, all right. Let me get to this article. And I want y'all to read all these damn articles too. It's important for y'all to read all these damn articles. Population history of Egypt, man. What you'll notice is in academia and modern day scholarship now, they're moving towards the southern population, moving in the northerly direction. I talked about this 5 years ago, with the clearly stating that the Egyptians was indigenous African people. From the Brooklyn Museum. If you're in New York, go to the Brooklyn Museum and you'll see that what I'm saying is absolutely accurate, right? So let me see if I can get right here real fast. God, I think is in this one, right? No, I think he was reading I think he was reading prehistorical, right? Yeah, I think, he was reading this right here. This was actually, also read this too, right? Everything I'm saying is supported by the documentation. Let's come right here. Let me see if right here. This is what he was reading, y'all. Right here. Okay? Make it bigger right there for y'all to see. All right? That's what he was looking at, right? Okay? He doesn't know what he's looking at. We don't see no Mesopotamian influence right here. I can take you to rock art that actually kind of the procession, the royal procession. It says prisoners on the battlefield may be people of where? Yo, this is what we talking about. Ubuntu Madi culture, subjugated by the Egyptian rulers of what, y'all? Nakada. Nakada. Let me see if I can get that. Nakada. Let me see. Reflections on the battlefield and Libyan booty palettes. The battlefield palette, yo. While he acting like it was hunter-gatherers in the southern population, deep in the south, the hunter-gatherers. There's hunter-gatherers all around the motherfucker. Like, come on, yo. We come to a paper by Mr. Edwards. Archaeological exploration of the Nile Delta has produced evidence for an introduction of Nakada 2.1 in Upper Egypt culture at a number of sites in the eastern and central part of the Delta, including Tel Fakhara. All right? We'll read the rest of them. Let me get right here. It says the closest evidence for the arrival of the Nakada culture of Upper Egypt, see the arrival of the Upper Egyptians,
derives from what is known as transitional layers. Talk about the strata now, the layers of dirt, where they start to find its archaeological sound. At Tel El Farah, in the Western Delta, the site of ancient Buto, the primitive capital of Lower Egypt, primitive capital of Lower Egypt, okay, which is what he's talking about, where he said they came in from the and all that, according to later traditions. They say the two earlier layers at Tel Farah belong to the Lower Egyptian Butu Madi culture. The transitional layers still contain vessels of traditional Lower Egyptian type, but manufactured in a style of Middle Gizian pottery, Nakata 2. They say insofar as it is harder and produced a higher firing temperature. Thus, Nakata 2, the Upper Egyptian culture had arrived in Butu. One of the northernmost towns of Lower Egypt. So those hunter-gatherers arrived in Butu, the great city he's talking about, the Mediterranean, all that. Fragments of the true Nakata imports also appear in this level, but they become very common in higher levels of the stratified deposits. That's the different layers of dirt. It say an analysis of the relative quantities of northern and southern pottery types show a dramatic change within the late pre-dynastic period as portions of southern pottery, we're going to get into what southern pottery is in a minute, jumped from around 2% of the total to about 40% and then continued to rise until it constituted 99% in the strata of the late Nakata 3 day. Von Dewey believes the fact that the pottery of the Lower Egyptians, which he keep calling Mediterranean people, they do have a high influx of that though, traditions was coming to an end, not abruptly, but gradually implied that the indigenous inhabitants of the Butu were neither expelled from their homelands, nor that they were exterminated by invading of Egyptians, possibly which has been suggested in relation to the end of the Mati settlement, for instance. Okay. All they had to do was click the damn source. All they had to do was comprehend what the hell he was reading. That's all he had to do. But he didn't do it. But he did continue to read this. And he didn't comprehend it. Right here, he said it. He read this. The Madi culture, also known as Butu Madi culture, is the most important Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. He fell apart when he seen the word prehistoric. He's like, yes, the older, yeah, he thought the older was better. Dated about 4,000, 3,500 BCE, and contemporary with Nakata, which is Upper Egypt. 1 and 2 in Upper Egypt. It say the culture is best known for the site Madadi near Cairo. Remember, Cairo is the beginning of Lower Egypt. It say as well as the site in Butu, but is also attested in many other places in the Delta. So it's up to the Fayum region. It say this culture was marked by the development of architecture and technology. Architecture and technology. It also followed its predecessor's culture when it comes to undecorated ceramics. So they're not even decorated ceramics. Watch this. Those who study start to see the clues. Copper was known, and some copper adzes have been found. It says pottery is handmade, okay, not fired on wheels. It say it is simple and undecorated. Okay, it goes on to say the presence of black top, we just read that, right? Black top red pots indicate contact with Nakata sites in the south. Many imported vessels from Palestine have also been found black basalt stone vessels were used. Goes on to say people lived in small huts. Right now, when you go to not the playa, you'll see these. They had day dwellings was in neatly rows, like you like the block, neated out. Right? They say these people lived in small huts, partly dug into the ground. The dead were buried in ceramics, but with few burial goods. The Mati culture was replaced, boom, by an Akatatu culture. Whether this happened by conquest or infiltration is still open for question. See, y'all can read the source right there. All right. He also ran across this same thing. He didn't know what the hell that was. He had no idea what the hell that was. He don't know what the battlefield palette is. If he had clicked on it, he would have seen possible prisoners, wounded men of the Butu Maori culture devoured by animals, while the ones he led by, they say, while one is led by a man in long dress, probably an Egyptian official. Them damn up Egyptians came and smoked them. Those hunter-gatherers that he claimed. So let's see. Now we're cooking with hot grease, and now you're starting to see my damn point. I would like to start right here with clicking this on. Who the hell make black top red pottery? Wares. We call it wares. Let's see. Black top pottery. A specialized type of ancient Egyptian pottery. It became the main pottery of the Egyptian barbarian culture. Lord knows, don't click that on. Click that on, y'all can start falling apart. The Barbarian culture provides the earliest direct evidence of agriculture in Upper Egypt during the prehistoric era. And if I click it on, it's gonna start talking about the population, but I don't want to go there yet. Down to Nakata 1 and the middle Nakata 2 culture, the oldest finds are from Nubian archaeological sites, including Elephantine, right? And the island on the river, Napata, Playa, in the Nubian desert, and Kerma in present-day Sudan. Remember, this man called Kermites the black people. Remember that? Let's play the black game. The black people got pots in Lower Egypt. The black people. The people with black people pots changed the culture of the Lower Egyptians to the tune of about 90% of their pottery. I feel like I'm talking from heaven somewhere. I think I'm talking from heaven. The black pots. The present-day Sudan pots is in Lower Egypt. The hunter-gatherers. Fine pots. They call them people hunter-gatherers, yo. I think this man actually just hates being African, yo. And he despised being African-American. It has to be that at this point. Because I ain't doing nothing. You know, we say a pseudo always dies at the source. Man, it's this type of artifact dates predominantly to the pre-dynastic period, but a handful of examples made in early dynastic periods are known to exist. Come on, man. The earliest occurrence of blacktop pottery comes from Napa Playa in the western desert of Egypt, dating 5,810, approximately 80 years. It says, and is most commonly associated with pre-dynastic Upper Egypt. Blacktop wares was a predominant type of pottery associated with Barbarian culture and continues to be typical pottery produced during a Martian culture and the Kata 1 and Kata 2 periods in Upper Egypt. The technique continued to be used as late as 1802 in current modern-day Sudan. Take a look at it. And how long I've been talking about blacktop pottery, yo? King J, ooh, you gonna get beat up, boy. Anytime you side with Chief Exo, you know you getting beat up, bro. Get beat. This nigga, yo, you know what, King J? I realized your Egyptian knowledge is very weak, yo. I didn't know. I thought that was something you did. I thought you could do that a little bit. You can't. Now, and by the way, no one's saying pots actually for people, but it's mighty strange that hunter gatherers is actually producing pots that we damn near replace the pot that's in Lower Egypt. But let's keep going here. Let's get back on track. We must around and click that damn button. Right now, we back here, right? So we got the battlefield plate that clearly shows where the source shows that the Upper Egyptian actually unified the country by overtaking Lower Egypt. Nobody actually disputes that in modern quote unquote archaeology. So let's go to Upper Egypt now. Let's talk about the population of Upper Egypt for those who run their fat lips. Right? Make it simple. We don't feel like doing all this. We just go straight to the damn history. Do not feel like playing with y'all. Let's go straight to the people then. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Man, and we don't do lookership. People in Upper Egypt, the hunter gatherer. Yeah, the lookership will kill you right here, boy. Yeah. DeMar Milton was good, bro. The lookership will kill you deep. Like, come on, man. They black. Come on, man. I never said that Nile Valley culture did not have people who was dark skinned or brown skin or light skin that had specific names in a specific period, bro. I'm just saying the black thing is highly racialized in this confusion. Because you got people that look like that in the Adam and Eve's Island. You got people look like that in Mesoamerica. I'm saying skin color. Adam and Eve's Island in certain places, yo, even the damn phenotype. Well, skin is part of the phenotype, but y'all know what I'm saying, man. But having similar phenotypes and similar skin color does not verify or even mean that you have close ancestry. What it means is that you fit for your environment, no matter where you live on the planet. You can have these type of phenotypes in a part of a non-African population, yo. That's what I'm saying. So when you throw the racialized term and the one-drop rule of pseudoscience, it's confusion, and then people can claim because African Americans range in skin color that means that they Egyptian. It's ridiculous. African Americans predominantly come from a North and Central West African culture. West and Central Africa. Egyptians are Northeast African population. Northeast Africans aren't related to West and Central Africans, aren't related to Southern Africans. Overall, the human population in general is related. But y'all know what the hell I'm talking about, man. Let's not play this game. So when people say black people, they saying they our ancestors. The fucking Egyptians are not our ancestors. The Khoisan are not our ancestors. Well, hell, the farther you go back in time, all humans end up in Africa, if that's what you're trying to say. But we talk about specific time periods where there are specific kingdoms in West and Central Africa. There are specific kingdoms in South Africa. There are specific kingdoms in West and Central Africa, bro. And ain't no point that y'all should be able to read. Then you got people too far on the other damn side talking about giving over-whooping a Mediterranean and over-whooping the damn Levant and over-whooping Mesopotamia. Like the people from, they got the invading genetic theory now, niggas be using. Tripping. Oh, they migrated back into an empty space and created that. Man, shut the hell up. It's stupid. Boy, it's funny, yo. My man, hit the daggone Cash App, man. Show some damn love, man. Let me see where we at, man. Let me see if anybody showing love or y'all just chilling. What y'all doing, man? Let me see. Is there any love in the damn Cash App? I need another Cash App song to get y'all motivated, man. But the song get on your nerves. You like, oh man, here Cash App so you can just get out my damn nerves, man. Funny, ain't it? It's funny. Man, big up the Ghost Man, yo. He always showing love, man. Boom. Man, big up then God Sengozi, man. He just showed some love, man. Big up, man. Boom. Yeah, that's some love right there, man. Appreciate y'all, yo. I'm not an expert, man. What's good with you, man? But right here, yo, is right here, man. Look, man, people up in Egypt, yo. 11th dynasty model of Egyptian soldiers, yo. Damn. 11th dynasty model of Nubian archers. Damn. Maybe it's just the wood. I'm thinking the wood, yo. It's got to be the wood, yo. How the wood brown just right? It browned it right with the Egyptians who not as dark as the Nubians. Browned it just right. Yeah, but their skin color does not denote a race, and their skin color does not denote that some kind of way they African Americans. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, yo. I understand why African Americans fight for African history, yo. Because they marginalized us, man. They marginalized us. They black people couldn't do nothing. That's what they said, yo. All right. And the only serious research that was being done, I'll be racist though, is racist, was in Africa on Egypt. They weren't doing no deep research in West Africa, yo. Wasn't talking about Mali, Shanghai. None of that shit was popping like that, yo. We had to come with that later on, man. You know what I'm saying? So I get why African Americans like to celebrate. I love Khoisan history, the hunter-gatherers, yo. That don't mean I think I'm Khoisan. Shit. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. This man is 1,000,000% wrong, yo. He tripping. Yeah, he ain't even reading up-to-date stuff. I'm telling y'all right now, anybody, any North African that's talking crazy in that chat, yo, I'll beat you up with the encyclopedias, yo. With my hands behind my back and let you read it out loud. And then let you run. This how you know you beat them when they start talking about genetics. E1, A1, B1, double A, double X, Z, the boo, the ba. Boo, C, the boo. Shut up. Deep in the south. The upper Egypt, the prehistoric Badarian culture was followed by an Akkad culture, being closely related to Lower Nubians. The ones the TFX say is the black people. I don't gotta play that clip door. Go back to previous shows. The Upper Egypt. In Upper Egypt, the prehistoric Badarian culture was followed by an Akkad culture, being closely related to Lower Nubian, with some affinities with the other Northeast African. When we said that map, now I want you back to rely on that damn map. See, that's why they don't want you to say Northeast Africa, because those populations start to be more closely related. That's why they won't say it. They'd rather say Mediterranean Egypt than Northeast Africa, Egypt. Read this real slow for y'all. Was followed by an Akkadian culture being closely related to Lower Nubia, with some affinities with the other Northeast African populations. Let me read it like Chief actually read it. The Upper Egypt, the pre-dynastic Badarian culture, was followed by an Akkadian culture being closely related to Lower Black population. With some affinities with Northeast Sub-Saharan African population. Oh, we read it, right? With Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti, Egypt. We read all that. Let me stop playing. It's funny, yo. Coastal communities from the Maghreb, right? Some tropical African groups. I say again, some tropical African groups, right? And possible inhabitants of the Middle East. I'm gonna say again, and possible inhabitants of the Middle East. We can go back to the archaeological finds when they first come in there, yo, they always talked about some people that look like they may have been for the Middle East. That is not shocking nor that surprising. That makes perfect goddamn sense. But it's like the palm trees. The farther you get away from Florida into Georgia, the less palm trees you see. So the South would represent getting away from the palm trees, which is symbolic of the Asiatics and Eurasians and Mediterranean. Now y'all see my point. Yeah. Now, let's see what mainstream scholarship has to say. Fight them. Mainstream scholars have situated the ethnicity and the origins of pre-dynastic Southern Egypt as a foundational community primarily in Northeast Africa, which included the Sudan, tropical Africa, and the Sahara, while it's recognizing the population variability that became characteristic of the Pharaonic period. Pharaonic Egypt featured a physical gradation across the regional populations, with Upper Egyptians having shared more biological affinities with the Sudanese, right? Them palm trees, the Sudanese palm trees, right? The Upper Egyptians have shared more biological affinities with the Sudanese palm trees. You see it? The closer you get to Sudanese, to Sudan, you get more palm trees. So they're more closely related to them than the northern population. The northern population, right, closer to the northern regions, Mediterranean, right, are more closely related to them. Now you see the mixing of Nile Valley culture. But let us finish here. The Pharaonic Egypt featured a physical gradation across the regional population, with Upper Egyptians having shared more biological affinities with Sudanese and Southern African populations, whereas Lower Egyptians, here you go, had close genetic links to the Levant, Mediterranean, and population. So Chief X is right about the affinities of the Levantian and Mediterranean population, but he's wrong in applying to the whole goddamn thing. He's also wrong about the Nile being populated by people from the whole Nile being populated by people from Levantian, Mediterranean. He's a wild guy for that. That means he does not understand. And goodness gracious, don't you dare let me read the position of international scholarship. In the view of the Egyptian scholar and editor UNESCO History of Africa 2, 1981, Mukhtar, Upper Egyptian Nubia held similar ethnic compositions with comparable material culture. Mukhtar described a notable difference between the communities of Upper Egyptians having adopted systems of writing earlier due to exogenesis of the Nile Valley, whilst the Nubian counterparts were more recent due to their higher reliance on mobile stock raising. As express feature of their community, they had mobile communities, man. all right, with them daggone, quote unquote, with the cattle culture. All right. So I'm gonna stop right there. Made my point. I don't want to overdo it. Nope. Drop that link right now. How much time we got? And I ain't sitting there arguing with y'all. If you come up here talking that talk, yo, you better show that damn source, yo. I'm telling you. Man, hit the Cash App, man. Show some love in here today. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, with tangled web we weave when at first we practice DC. Man, I'm dropping this link, man. I got like a half an hour, man, to kind of go back and forth with y'all, man, on this video right here, man. Big up to everybody, man. Show some damn love, man. Hit the Cash App, man. Y'all playing, yo. I should be able to every day when I go live, yo, I should be able to at least make $50, yo. You know, everybody give 10, 5,000. Yeah, I should be able to do that. That ain't bad, right? To go towards, editing videos and stuff like that and making the product better, man. I got to be able to compete with these guys, man. I ain't even talking about Chief X and them. There's another strata. You know what I'm saying? And we got to, the content got to get better. The poise got to be better. A lot of stuff got to get better, man. It's just, African Americans deserve better, man. And so, I appreciate the support y'all give, man. But it don't stop, man. It just don't stop. Got another publication. Should be in another publication soon, man. I'm waiting to make that announcement. Dr. Me out make that announcement. And it's just a lot of damn haters, which if you ain't got nobody hating, yo, then you must not be participating. And man, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We got 4,200 subscribers, man. We need to get to, in the next 2 months, we need to get to 5,000, bro. You know what I mean? We just do. We need to get there, yo. We do. And then, I'm gonna do a nice little thin conversation on Diops. They upgraded his Wikipedia page too. Yeah, they certainly did. As evidence, read Shigant Diop's Wikipedia page. All right. Like, seriously. All right. Come to his Wikipedia page, The Great Diops. Right? And let's get past all that because he's a serious dude, man. And I see a lot of people messing up this man's career on purpose, yo. Yeah. On purpose, man. And y'all need to read it. Now, I want y'all to read the reception on him. He got praise and criticism. That's what happens. He's a scientist. He's an actual scientist. He's a physicist. Okay? Then I want y'all to read the negative perceptions. That's important. So a balanced understanding of it. But I want to read to y'all where they at in 2025 because there's an upgrade happening right in front of y'all face. As a matter of fact, this was the first channel. Okay, y'all can't even find it nowhere. And Chief X was on it. He ended up getting kicked off because it like devastated him. Where they actually used in a museum, making reference to the Egyptians being Africa and giving, praise to its African roots, deep roots. This was the Brooklyn Museum. I'm gonna do a whole thing on that later on today. But let's read the 2025. This is the 2025 UNESCO. Watch this, multidisciplinary review. Now, where have we heard that at before? Well, Diaz put that into play now. So if he did nothing else, he put multidisciplinary, bringing different fields together to understand a particular subject, y'all. That'd be the Diaz. But this is the 2025 UNESCO review
of the 1974 symposium. So they did a review over the last, 54 years? Yep. In 2025, UNESCO. Let me make sure I drop the link too while we're here. I want to drop the link. We got you. We got you in the building, Joe. Joe, what's up, Joe? Joe, what's up, bro? What it do? What it do, Joe? You snuck up in here. I don't know how you snuck up in here. I didn't know you was in here, Joe.
I got a phone call coming in, man. I'm gonna come back.
Come back.
Hey,
Come back.
I wanted to jump in here and mess with you, though. Look, I want to hear you read that, but I wanted to jump up here and mess with you because you used the oxymoron.
Which one?
Chief X.
Call him the oxymoron.
Chief X and right in the same sentence. Yeah, you use Chief X and right in the same sentence. I said, "Oh, must be using my."
I mean, because
even when he's right, he's just his voice just sound wrong.
I know, yo. Yeah, even when he right, he
I'll be
messed
back.
it up.
I'll be back.
All right.
I'll be back.
He messed it up. All right. Yeah, he messed it up. So it's right here in front of y'all face. All right. I want y'all to get this, man. This is 2025 now, right? Get y'all minds together. It's 2025. It's 2026 now. They finished a review in 2025. We're at the beginning of 2026, yo. Why niggas still arguing with me, yo? I had y'all ahead of the curve by at least 5 years. I've been saying this right here for 5 years. The same way I was ahead of the curve with the pandemic. It's a reason why. Because I read scientific publications, yo. Because the whole group of serial killer reads scientific publications, yo. We read scientific articles, yo. I understand how science moves, man. It moves slow. Like I understood you don't start in 2019 making a damn vaccine for 2019. The research is 50 years in advance. I was reading the research on cancer drugs with the mRNA technology, right? That was going on 50 years ago, 20 years ago, man. So I was reading this. I was ahead of the curve. Niggas was joking me. Oh, look at you. You doing too much. They did all that, bro. They did all that, yo. Jump in. You gotta hurry up. We got 20 minutes. Jump in, yo. We had a good conversation. Jump in. I dropped that link. It's crazy. The whole thing is bananas. Yeah, y'all talk shit about me. Oh, look at me. I ain't saying they black. You ain't saying they black. Is after that. Crazy. Man. So, up to date, go to his Encyclopedia Wikipedia page. Diops. Yeah, man. In 2025, UNESCO International Scientific Committee, members for drafting the General History of Africa volumes 9 through 11, reached the view that Egypt had African and Eurasian populations, with Upper Egypt now repositioned as the origin of pharaonic unification. With Upper Egypt now repositioned as the origin of pharaonic unification. Niggas got mad when Dr. Benedict was saying they was coming from the South, yo. That culture was coming, was moving, the culture. Niggas got mad, yo. Now y'all pseudo. Watch this. With close genetic, linguistics, and archaeological and anthropological affinities identified between, look, Upper Egyptian populations and what y'all sub-Saharan groups. This is shit y'all don't like. Y'all hate that. I don't subscribe to the word sub-Saharan Africa because there's a lot of wild baggage with it. And y'all make you think when you get to sub-Saharan Africa, everybody's so black you can't see them at night. That ain't true. There's a variation in sub-Saharan African populations with phenotypes, hair color, hair texture, and skin color, and limb proportion, the whole 9 yards. But I didn't write this, man. Affinities identified between Upper Egyptian population
and sub-Saharan groups. If you read the work by Christopher Earp, you'd already been up on that. Anthropologist, Egyptologist Alan Anselin reviewed Volume 2 edition and conclusions of the 1974 symposium, stating that the accumulated data, not from YouTube, had aligned with Diop's views. Man. Shit. Page 355 through 375. It's free. Go read it. Well, you know that's just one person. And of course, he wasn't talking about all his damn views, but he's just saying, y'all can pretty much figure out what Diop was trying to say. It says specifically, now it gets specifically, this related to recent research over the last 3 decades, not on YouTube, which confirmed the early migration of Saharan and southerly African populations to the Nile Valley. Download this free. According to Anselin, the traditional view of a Chief X north to south orientation in Egypt had been displaced by the weight of evidence which was flavored the preponderance of Upper Egypt. Man, it favored the preponderance of Upper Egypt. That's all I was trying to say. Less eloquently, that's all Dr. Bennett was saying. That's all the early Afrocentric writers were saying. And they added on a racial construct, which was wrong because there is no race. But I'd be damned if they weren't pushing towards the damn Mediterranean. Hell, I heard Dr. Bennett say, well, you know, they motherfuckers had cutout boats. You cut the tree down and you cut it out, dig it out, and you float down the damn river. You ain't floating the other way. It is what it is. It say in this review section, Anselin referenced a number of anthropological, linguistic, archaeological, climatological data which had established close links between Upper Egyptian population, and the groups across the sub-Saharan Africa. Other African scholars and recent values, including Austin Hall, man, I ain't gonna read all their names. It's a whole lot of them. Made favorable reference to the intellectual influence of Cheikh Anta Diop's explicating bias in Western scholarship. Eurocentrism, y'all need to read that. Live and kicking. It say, and serving as an early figure in the construction, and constructing a what? A multidisciplinary approach. Academic discipline, academic fields, and subdivisions of knowledge that is taught and researched at colleges and university level. Disciplines are defined by recognized by the academic journals in which researches is published. Basically, he took research from different scientific departments and different academia. Nigga even used biblical shit. He went biblical on y'all niggas to paint his picture. Some of his language was wrong. Some of his ideas was wrong. It was an hypothesis produced by a scientist out of his field. So no one's sitting up here saying they got all the shit right. It's stupid. But I've maintained that it was parts of it that he got right, so much so that it pushed academia forward in the study of African culture through multidisciplinary approaches. Y'all gonna be quiet on that. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all gonna ignore the shit. Serving as the early figure in constructing a multidisciplinary approach. with a particular emphasis on what, y'all? On scientific methodology towards African damn history. Stop just looking at it, look at shit, stop making shit up, knock it off. Summit also observed the value of Diop's prescient writings, and recognizing the African origin of humanity and early Egyptian civilization by the middle of the century. The end. The end. That's the end of this article right there. All right, what's up? What it do, Joe?
Yeah, man. Hey, look. That man.
See Pan-African James in there? That's why he a whole fool,
What did he say?
yo.
What Pan-African?
That ain't what you was trying to say. Nigga, shut up. Dumb as hell, yo.
Oh, what do you think he was trying to say?
I don't know, nigga. Yeah, man. I don't know.
He probably thought you was trying to say that the Egyptians was Neanderthals. That's what he on that Neanderthal kick. Look,
nigga, Diop's hypothesis was rejected, nigga. Shit, everybody, I can read it. It's in the thing. It's got rejected. But since we understand science, just because a hypothesis got rejected, don't mean everything in the hypothesis was wrong and didn't get carried forward to make more understanding. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead, though.
But hey, look, okay, good, because that's where I was going to go with this. That's where I was. So look, one of the things that we read in them old writings when Diop was kicking their butts was that them folks was Caucasians.
Yeah.
Now you know Chief X like to run around saying that.
Yeah.
So basically, Diop beat the brakes off of that stupid stuff that Chief X is saying.
Yeah.
Them people stopped at the Diop got done with them. They stopped calling them Caucasians. they said they some Africans. He's right. All right. So he got that part right.
Yeah, right.
That's a big win. Now I don't expect Diop at that time to be breaking down every single individual group and across the planet and all across Africa without using a broad sweeping term like black or negroid or something like that. I wouldn't expect them to because that was the language of that day. Like my issue is why would somebody get on a panel today and use Caucasoid and Negroid? Why? When I can just tell you that they from Eritrea or Nigeria or Italy or wherever. You know what I'm saying? Why use those racialized terms? Them people didn't understand. That's why they said it like that. We understand now. I mean, so to me, anybody who get on a panel today and use that, they have an alternative motive. They up to something.
They up to something. Yeah, but they revoked the whole thing though. Right here, the Cairo joint. So right here, just a new one. It tell you everything, yo. Tell you what the black hypothesis and the notion of homogeneous black population in Egypt, right? By Diop. It says numerous objections was made to this idea propounded by Diop. These objections revealed the extent of a disagreement which remained profound, even though it was not voiced explicitly. It said the disagreement was largely due to methodological issues, right? For example, insufficient data enabled to provisional conclusions to be drawn regarding the people of ancient Egypt, right? Successive phases in which may have passed. And so it's science, bro. They're not just jumping out there to give y'all an answer when y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? Right? It say the arguments for all sides are recorded in UNESCO publication. Right? It say general history. It say with the origin of the Egyptian chapter being written by Diop, proponents of the black hypothesis. Diop's chapter was credited in the general conclusion of the symposium report by the international scientific community rapporteur, Jean Devis, right, as painstakingly research contributes. Subsequently, there was a real lack of balance in the discussion amongst participants. It said the 1971 UNESCO conference revealed participants other than Diop's and Obanga, concluding that the Neolithic Egyptian population was indigenous to the Sahara. This is
There you go.
1974, yo. Look, and
Okay.
was made up of people from north and south of the Sahara who had ranges and colors. It said the majority of participants in the conference disagreed with Diop's and Obanga's views. It says similarly, none of the participants voiced support for an earlier postulation that the Egyptians was white with a dark,
See,
even
there it
black
is.
pigmentation.
Right.
Although Professor Galbib stated that the inhabitants of Egypt and the Paleolithic times was Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you just keep reading it, yo, just tell you back and forth, right? Yeah, you come on, bro.
And see, that's the stuff that they don't want to read. They don't want to get to the real gist of the conversation. They don't want to do it.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
yo. So I don't know why.
If he tell the truth, he gonna lose cash apps.
Yeah.
so he's a dedicated pseudo. He dedicated to it.
Yeah. Then they upgraded. Look, they upgraded to and then it's right here. Look, and then it's 2025 multidisciplinary review. They use a lot of shit now. Diop's spawned that. How's that not a win? You know, how's it not a win? How's it not a win that they now talking about Africa and Egyptians being African and rooted deep roots in Africa, not deep roots in Mesopotamia. Yo, it shifted the whole thing. And it took damn near 54 years for it to happen. To now you can go to the museum, which I went, me and Reggie went, we read the document right there. And man, you wasn't going to no damn, that's the first time you could walk in a damn museum when they were saying what they were saying, yo. What the hell wrong with y'all, man? That y'all part of history, yo. It's crazy. Y'all part of history, bro. Yeah. When you can go into a museum and they say they're Africans from Africa.
Right.
That's not that ain't what it, Jesus. GB Christmas, bro.
and Chief X don't know what an African is. He just like them. Look, he just like them. He just like them race science folks from the 1800s.
Yeah.
Talking about some goddamn going. They black, but they Caucasian. He goes so Chief X goes so far to say, yeah, they know if he's Africans, but they from Elam.
Yeah.
How you gonna be from Iran and know if he's African at the same time? He just is dizzy. That's a dizzy dude, man. He is dizzy.
Yeah, he should just he should actually just kind of like just focus on the lower Egyptians, man. He do good with that. He probably would do good with that, yo. Just deal with that.
If he gonna keep saying Not if he gonna keep saying they from goddamn Mesopotamia. How he gonna do good with it?
I don't know, because I don't know. He's not gonna never do good with it, yo, because he's doing drunken shit, yo. That's gonna always just mess you up a little bit, yo.
Oh yeah, wait. First he gotta do that. And he gotta stop running barefoot with a box of shoes in his hand.
Oh yeah.
He should have put the shoes on his feet and then ran. Hey, let Omar get in, man. I'm talking too much.
Omar, what's up? Omar, what's up? What's on your mind?
To my brother Joel Armstrong. I could tell. Salute to my Baltimore brothers. You know what I'm saying? Salute. I'm a Chicago brother, but you know.
Yeah, what's good, man?
Chi-town, baby, Chi-town.
Good looking out, Armstrong. I appreciate it, brother. So just kind of
no, nigga, hold on. Not black Africans, bro. No, that's stupid. Black Africans is still stupid. It's dumb.
They slow on. They slow on. They slow.
Go ahead.
So piggybacking off our conversation from the other day, because I remember they ended the live and you told me, you said I'll be on tomorrow on my channel. So that's why my last day when I'm off work, and then I got to shoot back. But piggybacking off of that conversation. So I remember King J was up there and we was talking about the people that came out the Delta region. So what I noticed, some of those people were considered out the Delta and I
Yeah.
think it's the Green Sahara. They was considered like a nomadic tribe. So the thing is, they bounced around. So sometimes they pushed up to Egypt, pushed back down into the interior Africa, pushed back down into southern Africa. But these was people highly melanated. So following that, I remember you showed the diagram of the migrational pattern.
Yep. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So the thing is that destroyed Chief X's whole point. So the whole thing is the original so-called Egyptians, or if you want to say the Kemetic people, they came out. They came out. I want to say the southern interiors of Africa, like you said, like what we would call nowadays Sudan, Ethiopia, that kind of area.
North part
Push.
too, because they walking.
And
Listen, can you see my hand? See my hand?
I
Look at
got
this.
you.
Look at this. The river. This the delta, right? This all the way down in Khartoum. The Sahara, right, is in Egypt, yo. So you got populations from the top to the bottom. They just away from the river because when it's Green Sahara, the damn river, you can't live near because it's constantly flooding, and this shit is moving too fast, yo. Too much water, you're not gonna make it. It's ferocious. When it starts to desertify, the water slow down. Tribes migrate this way, yo. They going. Why would I walk this way to walk back up this way, right? Now,
Don't make sense.
but of course, populations are following. They trying to stay in the green. Easy work, right? And so a lot of populations do, end up in the southern part. Some populations don't even leave. I got a map right there where they don't even leave the southern portion because it ain't desert. So, and it's easy to flow that way. So that's why I said the river is a conduit, meaning dream flow back and forth, right? But these people in the southern region got more affinities to people in the southern regions. The people in the northern regions, right? The closer you get to the delta, have more affinity. You've had Asiatic tribes from that area living there forever. I mean, why wouldn't they? Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, why wouldn't they? Like,
Exactly.
what do we like? There is
That's a
no
good point.
line to be drawn here. That's a
That's a good
modern
point.
line.
That's a
Right?
good point.
If I got kids, yo, watch this, yo. This is what people trying to say. I use the example of the explorer, the black explorer that explored the North Pole, right? The man had children, yo, with Jesuit women, right? They children would have children. So you saying he's still not the great grandfather? Like, I don't understand why people can't think. So you saying if I'm in Africa and I have babies and they move 100 feet or 100 miles and have children, right? And they migrate back into the population, you saying all of a sudden they like, it doesn't make nobody know what the fuck they be talking about, bro. They don't read enough and study enough. They oversimplify things. They complicate things. Like it's crazy.
Not
You can look
not
at the white people.
oversimplify. Not oversimplify. They have implicit bias. Like they. You got one group in this conversation that want them to look like a certain way. You got another group that want them to look like a certain way, right? That's
Yeah.
and that's why we keep hearing people say, terms like highly melanated and black or Caucasoid, because they want them to look a certain way. It's implicit bias. Like it's like if they don't meet this criteria based on this word, then it ain't right.
Excellent point, Joel. Excellent point. But
Mm,
Ankh, but Ankh, but Ankh, I got another question. I want you to expound on how the original people of Egypt slash Kemet or whatever, how they were highly dark-skinned, melanated people. But not only that, like we talked about, pushing up north from the Nile, and then when the population was getting thin, where did they go to replenish the population, Unc?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like you got me now. Like that's almost like
That's a wild
I don't know.
question right
That's a
there.
wild question because that's not
I
actually how
thought
that
it,
really is. Yeah, because first of
Yeah.
all, you can't put no color on them people like that. Because with scientific evidence, we using closer to the equator, you're gonna be darker. Farther away from the equator, you're gonna lighten up. That's the best we can do. That's the best I can do for you, bro.
I got a
Because
question
it
for
because it
Omar.
don't make sense for jet black
but
people to be in the
but
delta, yo. You get it?
but
Like now you
but
messing with people reproduct. Hold on, listen. The only reason your
gotcha,
skin color
gotcha.
is your skin color in those ancient times is because it helps you reproduce, yo. There's an evolutionary reason behind that. Seriously, yo.
But
That's
but
it. No. What's the think about it?
I
Skin
thought the
color is
Kemetic.
skin color. No, you
Okay,
thought nothing.
okay.
Mm-mm. That's
What,
that
well,
that that's the way we learned it. We learned
I
it
can always
backwards.
stand corrected. I can stand corrected.
Yeah, so I'm saying
I can
you're
stand
not
corrected.
less African because you ain't. I'm saying dark skin don't make you more African. You get that?
No, it don't. I'm a light skinned brother,
All right, then. So that ain't
but I'm a
the.
nigga though. Huh?
But you get the point though, right? Like the dark skin
I
don't
got
make
you.
you act. The
I
wild
got
shit
you.
was to say, yo, this black Africa,
I got
this
you.
Caucasian Africa. I got the map. They said it was Caucasian Africa, yo,
But
because they didn't
but
understand
I'm
evolution.
trying to remember. I don't know if it was you specifically or some of the other
I ain't never
brothers
said that shit, nigga.
on
They all said
on
that shit.
on
I ain't never said
Sajon,
that.
no, on Sajon to
Mm.
say that when the population was getting thin, they
Mhm.
always went back into the southern regions
But
and the
the population
interiors
never got thin though, yo.
to,
Who made
Yeah,
that shit
that's
up?
what I was
to
saying.
replenish it
Made that
though.
replenish what? The population
Yeah,
never
it don't
got
work.
thin, yo.
The
Yeah, it don't work
population.
like that. It's complex.
No
You got
hollering.
populations in
Hold
the
on,
north
hold
and
on.
the
Who is
south.
this? Who is this? Who is this? Who is this talking?
This Gullah was good
How you
with it.
doing, Gully?
It's
Would you like to
Gullah.
add to the conversation, brother?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah,
brother.
yeah. For sure. No, I was saying it's populations all over the Nile. From north to south, you know,
See,
eastern
see,
desert, western desert, you have, you know what I'm saying? No, but at the same time you have different populations and different diversity, you know what I'm saying too. The thing that connects them all, that they all descend from these East African hunter gatherer groups, you know what I'm saying, and, you know what I'm saying, at the root, no matter they look light or they dark, they all come from the East African hunter gatherer group. You know what I'm saying? Just in a diversified.
hey,
They got
look,
more
I'm gonna
variety
grab
later,
a straw so I
later
can
on
mute
in
out right quick,
that
brother.
period.
Go ahead. Y'all got a wild ass phone. Don't even come off of me. You wild with that. Go ahead. You mess up the whole thing. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, so
Uh-huh.
look. I think one thing everybody needs to remember when happening, because I think Omar asks a really good conversation that may be key to a lot of this discussion. I think everybody needs to remember that when people are traveling in and out of this area, they're just becoming part of the population. It's not a thing where, okay, so let's use America. It's not a thing where you had a group came, poisoned all the folks, shot them all up, tried to kill them all, and put them all on the reservation, and then took over the land. We don't have any evidence of that happening in this area. We have no evidence of that. So the people are not going to look totally different. You get a couple thousand people come in. I'm just throwing numbers out. You get a couple thousand people come in to a couple million folks. They ain't making they ain't changing that population. They have babies, and the babies start looking more like the two groups. So this idea that
Yeah,
somebody came from somewhere else
Come
and
on,
made them
Gully.
look different is a faulty that's a faulty narrative.
Your phone is crazy, yo. It's coming in loud. Yeah, it's faulty as hell, yo. And everybody took their lumps in the conference. Diops got beat up on shit. Other people got beat up. It was a good one, yo. Like I don't know why people don't get the good one. Like why y'all like to see a good fight, yo? What's up, Kyle?
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing?
What's good? You still think you're Egyptian, yo?
What it do, bro?
Hey, man,
Oh,
I
Kyle,
heard
I know
Boy,
Kyle was an
Hebrew.
Egyptian.
He thought he was a Hebrew running around this
Oh,
motherfucker.
Hebrew, right? I didn't know he was an
Hell yeah.
Egyptian.
Egyptians too. I think he switched over. Go ahead. What's
Nah,
up?
I ain't doing no damn Egypt, man. Don't do me like that, man. Hey, I'm a one coat type of guy, man.
One time that's it. Yeah, you and me both, yo. One time that's it, bro. Got me once. You don't get me twice. How they say,
Exactly.
get me once, shame on you. Get me twice, shame on me.
Exactly.
What's up? Talk to us. What's on your mind?
Nah, man, I'm just I be peeping the conversations, and so like just like what I be listening like from other people and back and forth, it seems as if when people go in to learn about like ancient Egypt, they start their research with a presupposition of a particular race in this manner, or that race is even
There it
existed.
is.
So when you come into these Egyptian discussions about people coming from from Upper Egypt, or coming from the Delta, or whatever it is, in their minds, they believe the people are something, right? And but when we look, because I know you do, and everybody on this chat, this panel pretty much understands that this is hundreds of thousands of years of evolution that's been occurring and genetic mutations that's happening in individualized pockets of society. Then you have the gradiency that's happening as you get farther away from a centralized, genetic expression. And so then on top of that, you got to overlay the UV skin map. Then you got to talk about migration patterns that's happening to influence these genes or the genetic manifestations. And like, I don't think anybody's like putting all those different pieces together to form a real actual model of what ancient Egypt would have looked like. They're having discussions based on what they hope it looks like, not what the actual facts is aligning with. And I just gotta shout you out for being so diligent and having these arguments and the patience, man, because golly, they be so wrong.
Man, Kyle banging, man. Hey, Kyle ain't no daggone Hebrew. He must be a Hebrew like I'm a Christian.
Not no more, yo. He got all of it. He stopped.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm listening to him talk. Ain't no way.
I was cracking a joke.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It was like a decade ago, man. Give me some grace, man.
So right here, we got the skin map right here. And so just look at it. See how the picture becomes clear, yo? This don't got nothing to do with humans. This is the radiation. This is how the skin is. Closer to the equator, it gets darker. Right? Look at Mesoamerica. All right, look over there. Look at North and South America. All right. Look at North Africa. These people ain't gonna be dark skinned like that. It don't make sense. But there are no boundaries. People can go where they want to go. But if you migrate to North Africa, especially in ancient times, and there for 30,000 years, you're gonna lighten up. Yep. If you go even further over time, you're gonna lighten up. So I think it's important for us to kind of, start to really get what this map is telling us, yo. Yeah, geography, not race, explains skin color variation. I'm gonna say it again, y'all. Geography, not race, explains skin color variation. Debunking and her collaborator George Chapman created a map that predicts human skin color based on annual UVR rates and other environmental factors. The map's predictions pretty closely parallel how skin color are actually distributed. There you go. You just read the whole scientific paper on it and call it a day. And then shut the hell up. Leave me alone with the nonsense. Right? Like, come on, yo. And then if you're very astute, then you can clearly see how this band, look at the equator. See, that's the equator. See the line? See how as you go around the planet, all these areas are dark. It's on the line. Come on, man. Like this is easy geography, basic evolution, and you should not get tricked by charlatans, bro. Yeah, and I mean you shouldn't. And then you worried about somebody walking to another place to get some food. You mad about that? Oh man, they be light skinned because they came in. No, nigga, North Africa got lighter populations than Southern Africa. And skin color can change over 50 generations. It can change. No matter what phenotype you got. How about that? Yeah, your hair is your hair because it's trying to protect you from the sun. Did you know that? They did a study, and they found out they used a mannequin. They took a mannequin with hair and a mannequin without hair, and they shined this bright ass light and looked at the temperatures. The temperatures was higher in the mannequin with the damn bald head. That's why summertime I should be wearing hats. All that is trying to protect you from the harmful UVA rays, which are harmful. Yeah, man, nature knows no color, yo. Man, get the closing words. Anybody want the closing words, man?
Yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I mean, the community need it. I think it takes a little time for people like to really understand the conversation, just simply because it's a whole lot of noise out here going against what was actually proven by science testing. You know what I'm saying? And like some serious research over at least 100 years now. And then we got a daggone genome project. I mean, we have tools now to understand this conversation properly, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people might not be messing with them tools, right? Because I know people, America seems to be, on an anti-science tip. But I think as people hear us, I think eventually they'll be able to pick up the conversation. So keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, and I appreciate all the support, man. Kyle, you want to close the words?
You're darker.
Can I jump in, Ankh, or the
I want
other
to add this
brother
one
gonna
little
be
thing
like
to
wait?
it. So,
My bad.
Go ahead, Kyle.
oh my, I didn't know if somebody was talking, but my bad. But what I want to add is just like whenever you're diving into these topics, and for a lot of people that's in the chat, it may be a new area because you just got introduced to some things. Is imperative that you build a model, and in that model, you have to make sure that every piece that you're adding converges together, because otherwise you'll build a house that won't be stable and it won't stand. And then you can beat up by So like I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to be y'all friends, man. Just make sure that you got a nice foundation for your argument, man.
Oh, they ain't lying. And you know what's crazy? You know what makes it so stupid, yo? That and Kyle, I know you sit back and saying, why they fall for that shit? That is so easy. Nigga gonna pull up a Wikipedia article. It's some easy shit, yo. It ain't nothing hard, yo.
Man, we got AI too, man. They go to Chat GPT, man. They be asking the craziest questions that it takes 30 seconds to get the answer from.
Chat GPT a trick you, though, Kyle. You can make it crazy. You can make it crazy.
You gotta be smarter than the AI for that to trick you, though, man. You gotta know how to talk to it.
You know what? Come on, yo. We had a class in the server, man. Big up the hits, man. He told us how to, download scholarly articles in our ChatGPT, yo. He showed us how to hook it up to certain expert sites.
That's true.
That's how my shit is, yo. That's why I be banging. And then you want to, if you give you some sources, you want to say, where at in this source does this say this? And then look and say, you know what? I made a mistake. Yeah, yo, you got to work, yo. It ain't to just punch it in, man. Muhammad, you want to say something so we get about it?
Yeah, so salute, Ankh. I mean, here's the end all say, y'all. You destroyed Chief X point. You pulled the sources. The other day, you showed the migrational patterns. And then off of what I said, I stand corrected to be corrected. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I was siding with you in the beginning. And you just prove your point. You showed the sources. You put BTA on that boy Chief X, you know what I'm saying? And just salute, you know what I'm saying? You thorough. But the only thing, man, yo, you got to take it easy on the Israelite brothers, though, man. My brothers, man.
I ain't said nothing. I'm gonna bang today on it. I'm banging on God today later on.
I'll jump in. I'll come in on that. But
it's a good one though.
On this specific topic, you prove your point. You put the sources up, and I mean, it's good night for Chief X. You did your thing. Salute, and salute to my other guy and my Baltimore brothers, man. Salute, man. I love y'all, brothers, man. Shalom.
All right, man. Hey, man, make sure you hit that cash app. Hit that cash app, man. Show some support. Yeah, I'm figuring every episode I do, I should at least make $50, yo. That should make some sense.
I got you with the thing, man. Look, whoever that just was saying, whoever's a Hebrew, I want to have a conversation with you, my brother. Set it up,
All right, we're gonna get into it. All right.
It's
All right.
Omar Muhammad. I'm the Israelite brother, Omar Muhammad. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come in when Ankh go live, like you said, he gonna do another one shortly here. I'm gonna jump in that one. And the thing is, I'm not no debater, but I love to have a good conversation. I'm always respectful to my brothers too, man.
Yeah, likewise.
You're gonna end up being a no Hebrew.
Yo, bruv is my guy, yo. I love Baltimore, man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, brothers.
All right, man. So look, man, we out of here, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's end
All right, peace, y'all.
End up with my nephew.
Like a genie, take him on the chase, ain't catching it.
AJ, you made this?
I know what the fuck going, man. I'm in the studio with my big brother. Y'all niggas don't know how to play with. Yeah, I hear they back in my tango on. Back in the day, I was just all alone. Now I got all these bad bitches blowing on my phone. Free my brother, I send him a drone. Nigga won't be like me, it's a clone. Know I'm a fuck when I put on cologne. They call for the ambulance, but they already home. Baby girl mad cause I keep the shit pee. Bro couldn't get in the whip, so he made him a key. If you buying inside, then we can link. I do tricks for that brick like a genie. Take him on the chase, I ain't catching his him. When you shooting that stick, boy, I ain't for the kidney. Nigga ain't taking shit from a nigga, I work for every damn penny. Wanna be a vampire, I got the remedy. Caught in that dream, that shit was so vividly. But he got here and it turned his ass skinny. Callan Road, I was just serving junkies. Just in the cell, I was rat to my bunkie. Whole thing, I'm finna get up puppy. Bitch, you crazy. I got young niggas shooting like the Navy. If you own me, then bitch better pay me. We stuck in the field, beat your ass like a slave. Nigga, don't look at me crazy. Nigga, don't look at me crazy. I think you niggas got brave. Nigga, don't look at me crazy. I think you niggas got brave. Fuck is you little niggas saying? JC pulled all in these streets, reporting they see me again. Thank God woke me at my sleep, that pill almost got me again. Graveyard ships all in my dreams, the demons are at it again. I smell blood all in these streets, so I'ma go sharking again. 600 for that QP, that should be a bargain for them. Falling pussy like warm sheets, fresh off the dry on them. Add to the clip, let that bitch rip, gotta subtract some of them. No survival packs, no ambulances, I'm knee deep in all the action. Trying to figure out what the fuck you niggas on. Trying to trick us off the streets, trying to get my brothers gone. Had us thrown away the blickies, had us smashing all the phones. Before SWAT came in next morning, and you know that shit was gone. Blickies, had us smashing all the phones. Before SWAT came in next morning, and you know that shit was gone.